Welcome to Family Gamer TV. As you can see, we've got a whole load of new images. Super high resolution, close looks at some of the levels and some of the environments from Disney Infinity. It comes along with the news that there's going to be 14 distinct levels in the game. And it seems that each of those levels will relate to a particular franchise. At the start of the game, with Batman, Gandalf and Wildstar, we begin the journey in the yellow brick Wizard of Oz world. And the quest then takes us on to Ninjago, Metropolis and Middle-earth and Hill Valley, as well as the others. And each of those will then lead to a different level. So we expect to have a level for Midway Arcade, Doctor Who, The Simpsons, Wizard of Oz, Jurassic Park, Ghostbusters, DC Comics, The Lego Movie, Back to the Future, Portal 2, Lord of the Rings, Ninjago, Scooby-Doo, and of course Legends of Chima. Now that counts up to those 14 levels, but I think it's interesting that means that we have a rough idea of how long LEGO Dimensions will be. When they've talked about these levels, in terms of how long they are, the suggestion is that essentially these levels are a typical length that you would expect from a LEGO video game. And in my family, those take between half an hour, maybe 45 minutes, but as a minimum a half an hour. So with our 14 levels, I think we can expect LEGO Dimensions, that main story campaign, to be a good 7 hours or so. Of course, you can extend that by buying level packs. Now, each of these level packs adds an additional single level for that particular franchise into the story campaign. And if you're thinking that that's maybe equivalent to what we're seeing in the main game, doing the calculations backwards, you'd again expect that those levels would be a good minimum of half an hour gameplay, and I would sort of conjecture that maybe it would go up to 45 minutes an hour if you were to collect everything. But of course you need to remember that these packs, whether you buy a level pack, a team pack or a fun pack, they also unlock those open world adventure spaces. So these are less story driven, are more open spaces with the iconic settings, some of which we'll be seeing here, that come from each of those franchises that you can explore. You can hunt for red bricks, hunt for gold bricks. Some of those settings do have a crossover element. So we saw an element of Wizard of Oz where you needed to have the particular Ghostbuster to clear out the ghost, and then you could get that gold brick. So I think to collect all the gold bricks, you're going to need something from each of the franchises. But certainly to play through the main game with just the starter pack, you get to try all the franchises with those free characters you have in that starter pack and through those 14 levels. So there you go, we're getting a clearer view of LEGO Dimensions as it's getting closer to launch, and I think it's looking really good. These screens we've seen here give you a sense of the attention to detail and the sort of the care and love that's spent on each and every one. So do subscribe to the channel and we can keep you posted for each of the new updates on LEGO Dimensions. But for now, that's all we've got time for on Family Gamer TV.